Yes, sir. We here, baby. We live. Welcome to the first episode, or should I say, hold on, testing right now. We just testing it. We just testing the waters. You know what I mean? Anyways, welcome to the first episode of Paradie High Club. Yes, sir. I'm your host with the most. You could find my socials at trying to find Pedro wherever you could find me. Anyways, though, we lit. You know what I mean? This shit just gonna basically be about smoking. I'm just basically gonna be smoking, talking shit, doing whatever, having fun. I might have some guests. Um, I got some segments in the show, so keep it entertaining and shit. It is a one-man band, so I am gonna basically have to entertain it. We'll get into those segments a little later on to the show. Um, I am gonna have my lovely girlfriend Cenia, um, mostly be on a couple episodes. She's basically gonna be my co-host. Um, and we will have our own sideshow inside of these podcasts. So I'll let her explain all that basically when she introduces herself. Um, yeah, we here, we live up in Albany, straight from Long Island, D Block. You dig? But blessed, blessed to be here. 2023, we live. Shit, I don't know. Let's get shit popping. We might as well now, man. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so we're here. First and foremost, I want to give a brief introduction about the podcast, about myself. So, I guess this is what the pilot episode is going to be about. I used to have an old podcast named D Block Sessions. Other than that, man, shit was fun. I really enjoyed podcasting. That really made me want to continue with the podcast. Really made me want to step my shit back up into it. Like I said, I had fun with it. We would just pretty much get high and just talk about anything, honestly. Like, we came in with just random conversations. Sometimes we would just get into conspiracy theories, childhood memories, just anything that was interesting to talk about, I guess, really. So that's pretty much what this is going to be, because I really liked it doing that. So I'm going to pretty much do the same thing here. And we going to get high, basically, just talk about anything. So I want to talk about the things that I like. This way, anytime I bring up something, it won't just be random. You'll kind of know, like, a majority of the time I'll probably be talking about this topic or subject or whatever. I guess I'm gonna go with the things I like. I'm big into art. I'm big into not just art, like drawing and painting, because I do make art, but I'm just talking about art in general, like the art of something. So I'm also into music. So I'm into the art of making music. I'm into the art of breaking down, music, whether it's the beat or lyrics. I can't personally break down the beats and shit, but you know, sometimes I'm able to tell, like, oh, I know where this sample came from, something like that. I like every type of art. I'm into film. I'm into fashion. Any type of art, really. I like getting into different types of music genres. I'm very open to listening to anything from English to Spanish to different languages, any type of genres, whatever, whatever. I'm just open. I got plenty of friends who make rock music, who rap, who who are into film, who draw and paint, who are starting clothing brands, shit like that. Hopefully, we could get some of those people on the show. I'm also a big sneakerhead, so I'm really into sneakers. I haven't gone back into getting like into the hype of sneakers just because you either gonna be a pothead or you're gonna be a sneakerhead. You know what I mean? You can't do both unless you got it. But that's why I don't really go get into sneakers like that. Still, keep my eyes out and pay attention to what's there and what's around and shit. So I definitely haven't seen what's coming out new and shit. Yeah, so I'm into sneakers. I'm a big sneakerhead. I'm not gonna lie, I'm majority of a Nike slash Jordan type of guy, but I wear every brand. Back in middle school and high school, and everybody was just either about you were either Nike or Adidas. Nah, I was rocking everything. I had Pumas, I had Asics, I had New Balances. But I was rocking shit that people ain't even fuck with. They didn't even like pay attention to. People didn't even know what these like certain shoes were. I was rocking what I liked. I ain't ever cared about what was hyped or what was not. So I always stuck with multiple brands, but I've always still been since then. From now, I've always been a big Nike head, copping Air Forces all the time. I always, sneakerhead always got to have the white on whites. I definitely had multiple pairs of those. Every time they would get beat, I would clean them shits up to the point where you just can't clean them up. To the point where the whole sole is yellow now. And then from there, I just used to freaking just draw on them, draw all over them, customize them, make them wearable to however I want them. Sometimes I would even like continue to rock them all white, not as like a sneaker on outfits, but I would like use it to go and like play ball, play soccer, play sports, whatever was going on at the time, because we wasn't going out going to buy certain shoes for certain sports and shit like that. We ain't had it like that. Realistically, we ain't have it like that. As of now, getting older and being able to get my own money, and I was copping a lot of shoes during the pandemic, before the pandemic. And my sneaker collection was going up and up and up until I want to say about like maybe like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I was moving. I left my childhood home, so I had to sell a lot of things. Not because we were getting kicked out or anything. We was growing up. You know, I was renting under my sister's family's house, able to take everything, obviously, but at the same time, I wasn't even wearing anything. I needed the money, you know, so I was just selling anything that I really didn't care about, really didn't see myself wearing. Do I regret selling a lot of them? As sneakerheads, of course, what don't we regret? You know, there's always going to be that one story where we either regret buying a certain shoe or we regret letting go of certain shoes. I had plenty of those type of stories of letting go multiple pairs of sneakers. I had Jeremy Scott, Adidas, I had Carmine ones. I had a couple Dunks before the hype that I definitely regret selling. A couple shoes that I know I could probably get back for a good pricing, but I had some Lance Mountain ones. Those are my biggest regrets selling, getting them for 140. Shout out to Dadless. Let's call him, because that was his rap name as I knew him by. Over the years now, I've decided, like, I used to just pretty much buy like whatever I had the money for at that point. Now I'm just kind of focusing on quality, on things that I like. Am I really gonna wear this every day, or is this just gonna collect dust? You know what I mean? I did go from about like almost having 50 sneakers to maybe going down to all the way 10, maybe 10, 15 sneakers now. Yeah, I'm looking at them as we speak. Yeah, about 10, 15 sneakers, and they all got their own occasion. I got a sneaker for just work. I got a sneaker for working out slash playing sports, basketball, things like that. I got an everyday sneaker, where I'm just, if I'm gonna have to go and do some errands real quick, I'm just putting these on because it just goes with everything. Then I got my other sneakers where I keep it on the side, and that's where the outfits come in and things like that. So usually I have about a three or four rotation, a daily rotation. Another thing I like, as a child, I was big on WWE. I would collect action figures. I would watch I would watch all the shows. I would watch Monday Night Raw a lot. We weren't allowed to buy the pay-per-views. Sometimes I would go and sneak and buy WrestleMania anytime it was that time of the year. I would just freaking buy it. I don't even care. I blame it on somebody else. Nah, I didn't buy it. I ain't buy it, mom. I definitely kind of like, I grew away from that. Shit, I wouldn't even know when, but here and there, like I still have that. It's still like it has a big spot in my heart. I've always had a big spot for like wrestling. So throughout middle school and high, I think probably what early middle school is when it's that time where we all decided we want to grow up and we don't want to look like kids anymore. So we all kind of like just push the things that we like, away. So yeah, around like middle school time, I like kind of like got rid of all that, sold all my wrestling toys, wrestling action figures. Sorry, I sold all my wrestling action figures back in like early high school days. Biggest regret also because I sold them for like $3 a pop, and I had about like 200 wrestling plus the weapons and rings and all that, all that. Yeah, I used to go crazy with everything. Yeah, and I just pretty much faded away from it. I would still like click here and there. I would always watch Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Those were the two. Royal Rumble's my favorite, main event, pay per view, whatever. That's my favorite all time. Uh, but WrestleMania is obviously the main reason everybody goes in for. It's pretty much the Super Bowl of wrestling. I was always watching those two, so here and there I kept like I would watch like maybe like the little bit of highlights or just pay attention on like what's going on, just to kind of like when it gets time to WrestleMania and Royal Rumble, I don't want to feel lost. Like most people will go back into wrestling and be like, the Attitude Era, it ain't nothing like the Attitude. It ain't nothing like the Attitude Era. Attitude Era is the best era of all time, hands down. But things change, times have changed. I've recently got back into wrestling about a couple months ago, and pretty much when Triple H started taking over, and it's just gone up from there. It's been it's been a real good time watching it, and I'm enjoying it. I'm watching Raw, SmackDown. I'm watching all the pay-per-views when they come on. I'm staying. I just don't pay attention to NXT, but I'm still in the mix. I now get what's going on. I understand who's there. I know the new wrestlers now. I know like the old wrestlers and all that. Expect some WWE talk here and there from maybe certain guests that I'll have or whenever certain episodes and shit. Another thing I would like to bring up about myself is I'm from originally from Long Island. Grew up in was born and raised in Long Island, a small town called Westbury. Small town with a lot of great many talents there, but such a negative town. Uh I love that town to death. I grew up there. ABC block, shout out D block, you know what I mean? We I grew up there. I spent my whole life there pretty much. I didn't. I moved last year. I got out of Long Island pretty much, but that's when I really realized how negative and how everything was just. It was pretty much everybody for themselves. It's like there was really no love. Like there's a lot of crazy talents there. Music wise. Pretty much everything you could think of. There's people there for it, but everybody's so greedy and just wants to pretty much focus on themselves. And everybody's just so worried about you know everybody just so worried about everyone else. So it's such a negative town. People are just gonna keep looking down and talk bad, and sometimes that like can mess up somebody's like potential to want to do something. Some people I used to make music a lot. The reason I didn't really stop. I just never was. I personally was doing the music for fun. I was doing it because like I said, I'm into music. I really like doing it. I didn't really care if people were listening to it or not. I was posting it up because I wanted people to listen to it, but it got to the point where I didn't really care who was listening to. I was gonna release regardless, and still was. And only reason I stopped is because I had to move. I sold a lot of my equipment. I just got a whole new equipment for the podcast. So who knows if I want to go and mess around and do some music again. But I here and there I'm writing stuff down just because I like it. I was helping out a couple artists, with their music. Shout out Bimbo, shout out Bobby Hill. I was also trying to like work with other artists, as in like kind of help them, just kind of like improve themselves. Because, like I said, I'm big on constructive criticism, so I'm not trying to come and like hate on you or look down on you. Because, like I said, we're from that toxic town where even like those little things where I'm trying to like help you better your craft, people take it like they're so sensitive about it. They're like, "Yo, you're dissing me," you know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. Like, I'm looking out for you. I'm trying to help you out because I see you got talent. Let's push that talent. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to. I'm not saying I'm freaking the best or anything, but I got ideas. I know how a lot of shit works. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just here to be a helping hand. Sometimes, like, that's the best support. That's the best support you can ever receive. Anyways, kind of got sidetracked from that, but yeah, there's a difference between constructive criticism and just saying what you, I guess, feel about it. Not that people should even listen to it and don't get into it and shit, but that town is so like it's so heavy that it's like you want your town to like you anywhere you're at. You want your town to support you. You want your town to be like, yo, this guy is next. Not just by saying this guy is next just to post it. You know what I mean? Saying like, yo, like, you know, this guy got it. You know what I mean? Like, there was a guy that I graduated with. He became a model at the time. Like, he was modeling like a year after graduation and shit. And that's a big come up. Everybody was posting him because it was all love. Like, that's the real love that you're supposed to be like showing out. You know what I mean? Like, somebody who, especially that guy, because I remember him coming from elementary school straight from Haiti, straight from nothing, coming straight from the dirt. You know what I mean? Like, and to become like a model for like big brands like Go and Zara and things like that. Like, damn, like you made it, bro. Like, congrats to you. Like, big ups. You know what I mean? Like, but I just think it's about like taking risk. I shout out to Wilbur because he kind of helped me get out of my like kind of get out of that comfort zone of like really worrying about what others are gonna say. Do it because you like it. Do it because you want to do it. Stop worrying about what people in your circle or in your town are gonna say. Just if you feel like it's negative and it's not, trying to help you negative, like, cause I used to get like from my closest friends, like, yo, this don't sound good or this that, and I wouldn't take it to the heart as in like, yo, you hating on me. Like, nah, I would listen to it and be like, you know what, you're right. I can do much better than this. I could give quality shit. It was my beginning tracks. Like I said, I was just having fun with it. I was just trying to get into it. But then there was some people who were like just straight up like basically like on the bully side, hating on it, putting you down and shit. And that's not like what we support around here. So yeah, so I guess going back to I'm just gonna go I'm just gonna backtrack to how that little part of the conversation started. Yeah, I'm from Long Island. I grew up in Long Island. Uh I moved upstate. I'm a part of the upstate clan, the fake New York, the what's it called, the South Canadians, as I like to call it. Yeah, we in the capital, baby. We here. I'm chilling now. Definitely living better. I'm good. I'm better than where I'm at last year. I definitely can say that. Let's get around the plus. Um, if it just feels good finally. Like, I'm not gonna say I made it out. You know what I mean? Because I'm still, I'm living. I'm having fun. I'm in a great place now. I'm in a better place than I was last year. Am I happy? Are we ever happy? You know what I mean? I'm happy with the things I got. I'm grateful where I'm at right now. I'm grateful with the things I've got and received and everything. Life has life has its ways. Life has opportunities. Life kicks our ass. I can definitely say that. 24 years young, blessed to wake up. Blessed to be alive. What more can I complain about? I woke up healthy. I'm going to work. I'm doing my thing. I'm having fun. And I feel like that's what it's about. I feel like people get too much into negativity, especially how the world moves nowadays. I like to kind of stay off of social media for that reason. I got rid of a lot of social medias. And now we got Bella's question for today. This is a part of the podcast, the segments that I was talking about. So I have my niece, my wonderful niece, sending in questions, basically to be asked on the podcast and then be answered. I wanted to on my old podcast. I had basically the same thing. AG's question today, and pretty much he would send in a question for each podcast, and we would just all answer it. And I like that segment, so I wanted to continue it. I changed the person asking it for several reasons. One of the main reasons is because my niece, she's always asking questions. This girl got questions for days. I'm telling her she gonna be the feds. I know she the feds, low key. Bella's question of the day, though. Let's get back to that. So she asked, if there's one thing in your childhood that you would change, what would you change and why? Great question, Bella. Great question. I think I would definitely want to change maybe the people I hung around with and my lack of motivation for everything wanted to do when I was a kid. I wanted to join a lot of sports inside and outside of school. Growing up, I was into soccer. You know, going into the middle school, I, shit made me hate soccer. Maybe I didn't want to play for the school. Maybe I still wanted to play soccer. I should have maybe like I should have took I should have talked to my mom and told her I wanted to take soccer serious and maybe play outside of school. I definitely wanted to try playing football. I would play every sport outside of school. I never played for a organized team or anything like that. Um, but I would definitely want to, play some football, play some basketball. Going back to the first thing I said, I would change the people I hang around with, not for like dissing reason, not because they're negative or anything. Do I regret hanging out with those people? Nah, not at all. Best times of my life, most funnest time. I think everything happens for a reason. I think you meet people for certain reason and things of that nature. But only reason I'm saying I would change the people I would hang out with, I think I would only change the people that I would hang out with in school because of there was a lot of people that I met outside of high school, basically outside of school. Once we graduated high school, there was so many people that I connected so much with outside of school that if we would have met in school, things would have been a lot more different. I personally think I don't know, I'm going above and beyond, but I think we would be up with the people that I'm thinking of. If that would have became a clique, we we had the same mindsets in high school when we had this conversation out of high school. We all had the idea of wanting to make something, wanting to be something bigger and focus on it. But because we all wanted to just, be kids and we all wanted to hang out and go out and not focus on shit like that. We just wanted to have fun, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say, it's a bad thing, but I think I would definitely want to change. Not, like I said, not for any hate. All peace and love to everybody. So, so then you want me to just ask you Bella's question of the day, and then just introduce you after that.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So Bella asked, if there's one thing in your childhood you would change, what would you change and why?
Yo, to be honest, um, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't change anything. I feel like I had a pretty valid childhood.
Okay, okay. Well, I guess I thought about it more of as in like being in middle school and high school. I guess as a childhood, because that's technically counts as childhood.
Yeah, it does. I think in middle school and high school, I think what I would have done was, I don't know, let me see, because like I definitely would have wanted to be more focused in school. Like I feel like I really missed out on opportunities that I could have taken while I was in high school, mainly in high school, to be honest. Like both C's, I feel like was like a big thing that like I missed out on. Especially now because like I'm trying to do nursing, so it's like I feel like if I would have done both C's in high school, like I would have done like medical assistant, and I would have had like a step into like what I already am planning to do for my future, basically.
Yeah.
Or like at least have an idea of what my career is gonna like consist of because I'm already within a field that's similar to it. So that's something that I feel like I missed out on, which is like missed opportunities. Like for example, that was one of the major things that I will forever regret. Also, just not taking school seriously. Like I took three classes in high school that were like college credits that I didn't even pay for, and I had to repay for them again in college. You know,
Damn.
and it was like triple the price afterwards. It was like a grand for like each class when I had to pay like 200 in high school. Things
Yeah.
like that. Like I guess like missed opportunities for me because
Yeah.
you just don't
That's
think
why I
of it
said
at
the
the
whole. Yeah,
moment.
exactly. That's why I said the whole like sports thing. Like because
Yeah,
I was like big into soccer, and once I got into middle school, it made me hate soccer. But That doesn't mean I couldn't have joined like a regular like outside team or some shit. Like play for the town team or something. The kids league
Why
they be
didn't you
having and
try to
shit.
join though?
Hmm.
Why didn't you try though?
Try joining what?
Like the soccer team when you were in school.
Well, I just didn't. Well, the freaking our town is so freaking damn negative. So it's like it doesn't mean I couldn't have just joined the regular like kids league or something like that. I could have told my mom, but I was callejero. I like being on the streets. I was always trying to
I
just be out. You know
know.
what I mean? I like playing
Because the
street
fact
ball.
that
We didn't want to go to practice. We would just want to go play.
oh, because the fact that I even knew you and you lived like a couple blocks away, I knew of you.
Exactly. So I used to just be out. I ain't really care about any programs and shit like that. We were just trying to be out. Callejeros, D block.
All right, relax, relax.
So yeah. So the people are probably wondering who the fuck you is. So guys, this is my girlfriend Cenia. Let her give herself a little brief introduction about herself.
Okay. So my name is Cenia, and I'm super cool, super like amazing and shit. Nah, I don't know.
Well, basically, me and Senya have I mean, we haven't really came up with a name yet. Unless you have some ideas, but we
No, I actually have not thought of anything yet.
so yeah, we basically don't have a name for it at the moment, but basically we're gonna have a mini series inside of the podcast, inside of this podcast, where it'll be based on our perspectives on things, and based on our opinions when it comes to like relationships, relationship advice and stories and things of that nature. We kind of just want to give our perspective and all that, and our open-mindedness basically.
Or like
Maybe you
not
could
even
explain it. Maybe you could explain it better than me.
like I feel like also like the questions that can also be like related to like it's not necessarily like I guess like all types of relationships. I feel like even like friendships it
Like
can be related to
friendship, family, all that.
or like family and all that.
Yeah, yeah. We've been together for a long time. That maybe it'll help some people out listening something.
Yeah,
Plus
because
it'll help us
even
kind of. It'll also This will also be like a learning experience for each other, because there may be some stuff that we don't know about each other, or there might be some stuff where what's it called, you might see something like you might have like a different view to something,
yeah,
and I might have like the complete opposite, something like that.
exactly.
So you're gonna basically get to hear from both sides, from the male perspective and the female perspective.
Okay, so I didn't really write down that much, but I did find like a really I feel like it's a interesting question. And I feel like this is not necessarily like a relationship question, but I feel like it can be like
But are
related
you
to
gonna
like
answer the question as well, or just me?
no, I'm gonna answer it too.
Okay, okay.
But okay, but I want to obviously know your opinion first. If someone told you your partner was arrested without giving any additional explanation, what's the first assumption you would make about why?
That's a good question, because I honestly don't know what the fuck to put for you.
And like what would I
Why
get
would you
arrested
get
for?
arrested? It's like you got to be with the wrong crowd to be basically get arrested.
Okay, so explain to the people why I would not get arrested. One, I'm very shy, I'm very quiet, and I'm very awkward.
Two,
And through two, I don't do anything. Like I literally would just like I go work, home, that's it.
and that's why I love you, my little homebody, because I'm a homebody as well. So it just works out for us, for each other. And three,
And three, what's three?
you're annoying. No, I'm kidding.
No.
So what would you have answered?
for you, I feel like there's like a lot of different things that I can think of
All
actually.
right, so give me a couple. I want to hear them.
One would be something like stupid related. It'd be like something car related, like maybe a fucking police officer stopped you for some stupid shit,
Because
you
that's
know,
happened before. Yeah, yeah,
because of
yeah.
past past experiences. And you just have bad luck with like cops and
For
cars.
real, yo.
So
What the fuck? I've the best part about it is like I've never gotten a ticket, but I always get pulled over, and it be
you get like worse.
for stupid shit. Like what the hell? I be chilling. Like I really don't be bothering nobody. I just be chilling.
Real ODing on you for no reason.
For real.
So yeah, that's the one thing I feel like. And then secondly, I feel like maybe something because you do smoke a lot,
Yeah,
You're like always high. So
yeah.
maybe like
I
maybe
was
I
thinking
don't
about like
know.
the time that I did like get arrested. Like I think the only reason they did like take me was because I was high, so they couldn't. If they let me go, their body cam like would have showed that they just let a high
I guess.
a high guy go driving again.
Yeah,
So they
basically.
had to like I had no choice but to go.
I mean, they could have just given you a ticket. I feel like.
Nah, because I was high. Like they literally just called me smoking and driving.
Oh yeah, they couldn't let you
They
drive back
couldn't.
home, right?
Nah, I would
So
like
how
I
would that
literally
work
would have
though?
to
They
sit
would still
because
have
they
to.
they they treat it like as if you're drunk. Like you got to sit in the tank,
Oh,
so they at least think you're
interesting.
sobered up. But they killed my high. They fucking sobered me up right there and then.
Oh, pobrecito.
I was like, what the fuck, yo?
My second, like, I guess, be something like weed related. Like, I don't know exactly what, but something like, I guess, weed related. And then three, let me think. It's because also, you're a very chill dude. Like, you don't do much either. Like, you're not
Exactly. I
really
just be
like a crazy
chilling.
dude. You don't do nothing crazy. I mean, you can be annoying though, so don't be acting like you mad chill.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like as if like if I'm gonna get in trouble, like why? Like what would I get in trouble for?
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
I'm just be
Because
chilling. Like if I'm being annoying,
you
that's
don't
one thing, but I ain't bothering nobody other than that.
you don't have like no like outburst of like anger or you're gonna get like frustrated or like you're very chill. Like I like what I mean? Like I can never see you like go out of character if that makes sense. Like
I just
just
be
be like
chilling.
super yeah. Okay, so for my next question,
Uh-huh.
I wrote down when do you think it's okay to lie in a relationship?
Ooh, I've I heard that question before and I thought about it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm blanking right
It's
now.
difficult. I'm blinking right now too. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I tried to actually when I wrote this one down, I was really trying to think about it. Like I was trying to write some points down, like as in like
Oh, I got
what
one
would
now.
be actual and then okay, all right, go ahead. I actually want to hear your opinion.
So first and foremost, it's never okay to lie, right?
Yeah.
But I think there should be an exception to 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 this. When it's like acts of kindness, react happy, react positive no matter what. So like if I buy you
Oh.
something and like you genuinely don't like it, like don't like be like, "Oh, thanks," cuz then you're going to make me feel
Oh,
like
that's
shit
so
cuz
mean.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly,
fucked up.
exactly.
I would never do that. That's so foul.
Exactly.
I learned that from my parents, from seeing my parents actually, because that's how my mom reacts to things. She'll be like, because I remember my dad once bought her from Costco. I my dad's not the best with gifts. I'm not gonna hold you. He bought her like a new set of like
Plates.
pots and pans
Yeah, I knew it.
from Costco, but it was because she was like complaining about it. She's like, oh my god, these cacerolas like they're all old, like they're all scratched up, like they don't work no more. So then my dad that same week. Like at the end of the week, he went to Costco and he got her like a new set of like pots and pans and shit. And she looks at them. She's like, why'd you get me this? Like, she's like, I didn't want this.
Ungrateful
She's like,
suegra.
and she's like, I don't want this. And
Oh,
she's like, what
Sami
do you
Zayn.
expecting me to cook more? Yeah. I completely agree with you on that actually, because I feel like that's just in general, it's just like a thing of being grateful to, anyways.
Yeah.
Because I
So I
wouldn't
feel like
want you to.
that's the only time like acts of kindness, not just like gifts, because like for example um like if I cook something and it ends up being trash, like tell me it's trash after we eat it. You know what I mean?
Nah, nah,
Unless it's
nah, nah, nah. I
like
feel like
nasty, nasty to the point where like we can't eat it.
like some stuff I've made before. I mean, you
You're
didn't try it.
fucking
I would
lying.
throw that shit out. I wouldn't have you eat it, bro. I've made some stuff in the past, bro, that straight up has tasted so bad that I literally just took the pan off the stove and threw the whole shit out. Like I'm a terrible cook.
You've made a lot of good
Like
stuff. The shrimp tacos
don't
were bust. You got to make shrimp tacos again.
don't hype me up now.
And that pasta you made last time when we came over when it was mad spicy, that shit was mad good.
Okay, but other than that, when do you think is another okay time to lie? Like, can you think of another way, another reason?
I think that's the only. I feel like that's the only thing that it's okay to lie. Feel like anything else, like why would you have to lie? You know,
That is true.
I feel like if you feel like you have to lie to so you don't hurt somebody's feelings, then like you're an asshole for that. Like I feel like
Okay,
just be like nah, cause like I'd rather you like be straight up with me, like on everything, like anything that like if I stink, if I generally smell like shit, I'd rather you be like, yo, you stink, bro. Like go shower.
ooh, sometimes I have like my whole day like, ooh, like this man's stinking right now. He gotta go take a shower, but I didn't want to say.
Exactly. So like I'd rather you be like that than to be like, you know, just letting me
Yeah, I
be
get
around
it.
and shit like that.
I get it. I get it. Okay, but let's say like, okay, you know how like sometimes I ask like stupid questions to you, or like I want to know about your past and shit.
Yeah, but you be getting hurt. That's why.
Exactly. Fuck. Do you lie to me when I ask you like questions like that though? Like you know how you've been saying,
No, I
you know what
tell
I
you the
mean?
truth. You just still be sensitive.
'Cause I feel like you're
I
lying.
told you I don't gotta lie. What do I gotta lie about?
I agree with you though, because honestly, I couldn't think of any other like points where like I was like, is it okay to lie or whatever for this or that?
Like I said, just act of kindness. That's it. That's the only thing where
To be honest,
afterwards, like after like we're all settled down and everything, you could be like, I kind of don't like this. You know what I mean? Like,
really,
I mean, yeah, you
I
still
thought I
kind of want to
was
be honest. You just don't like,
like still grateful, but
yeah,
like oh like
exactly.
I didn't really need this. Okay, I get it, I get it.
Oh, it's 11:11. Make a wish. Alright, I'm done. Um,
I made a wish too, actually.
alright, well, thank you guys for tuning in and listening to Paradise High Club and with my co-host with our mini series whatever we're gonna end up naming it. Anything you want to add, babe?
Just that we'll be making more podcasts. Make sure you tune in for more of me and Sayu's advice on relationships.
Yep. And just remember that life must be lived forward but can only be understood backwards.
Oh shit.
That was bars.
Where did you get that from?
I ate a fortune cookie today and I saw it and I liked it.
Mhm.
It's my positive message for the pilot episode basically. So thank you basically.